There's a wide variety of triathlons out there, from swimming, biking, and running to canoeing, biking, and running. The Chippewa Triathlon in Cass Lake is one of the largest triathlons in the area. It's a race that's not only challenging, but takes you through nature. The heat didn't stop more than 185 participants from paddling their canoes, pedaling their bikes, and running the trails in the 17th annual Chippewa Triathlon.
It started with Walker, Bemidji, and Cass Lake Centennial. Jack Gustafson got it started, but he said, we had more volunteers in Cass Lake working all those three triathlons, should we do it ourselves? And that's where we got it started.
The race is a total of 50 miles. The participants start on Cass Lake and canoe through the Pike Bay connection for 14 miles. Then they grab their bikes and pedal through the 10th section and the Pike Bay Experimental Forest for 29 miles. The final stretch is running 7 miles along the southeast shoreline of Cass Lake and finishing in Norway Beach.
You get a little bit of everything. You start in a lake. You start in a lake that's in Cass Lake, Pike Bay. It's pretty big, you know. Then you get down to like a 3-foot creek. And then you're running in the woods, you're running all different terrain.
It was a pretty flat and fast course. It's got a lot of terrain, or it's got a lot of footing trouble, but the terrain wasn't super steep anywhere. So it was pretty fast. It definitely got a little hot out there. I'm glad there was some shade though.
There were a lot of people who raced in all 3 events solo, including Matt Zach. And he says it was very challenging.
The biggest challenge probably is transitioning from a bike to the run. And I'm also learning that it's to do this event solo in 60-degree weather versus 80 plus or whatever it is today are 2 slightly different things.
The race was also an inspiration for some participants, including Tim Duffy, who ran the race in honor of his father.
Today's his birthday, so it was a little emotional for me to be out here with my family and to be thinking about him for the last 6 hours of running this about 49-mile race. And there were times where it was just kind of like, come on, Dad, help me get me through this.
Even though the race may have been challenging at some times, the greatest feeling for all the participants was crossing the finish line in the end.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.